To introduce, black bears live in various habitat types. However, these majestic animals are mostly found in forested areas with different kinds of fruits and vegetables. The animal behaviors of black bears in the zoos and in the wild are very different. In the wild, the animals are more free compared to living in the captivated zoos. In the wild, black bears are curious animals. They sniff a lot and sometimes they stand up on their hind legs to view things better and smell what's surrounding them. Some also bite, rub, and claw marks into trees. Bears are very shy and gentle and prefer not to interact with animals. Here's a video of bears foraging for their food.
Anthropogenic struggles of bears. Human activity is widespread with increased recreational use and landscapes being transformed by deforestation and development. This will often lead to conflicts between people and bears, sometimes resulting in bears euthanized by the wildlife authorities. Some other anthropogenic struggles include people disturbing bears in the wild, and people even hitting bears with cars. This impact can kill the bears. Zoos' role in conservation of bears. Zoos engage in research, preserve biodiversity that may be threatened or at times even extinct in the wild, and they provide much needed funding for research and conservation projects on animals all over the world. Zoos also provide conservation education programs, spreading awareness for wildlife protection, and by maintaining carefully managed breeding programs called special survival plans.
Moving on to enrichment toys. Enrichment toys provide animals with a creative outlet for mental exercise and physical activity. It gives them the freedom to choose how they want to spend their time. Some examples of enrichment toys include puzzle feeders, which motivate animals to forage and search for food themselves instead of it being handed to them, thus also exercising their mental activity. Another example are climbing structures that can enhance their habitats and enhance their physical activity. In this slide, we'll be showing you guys different pictures of enrichment toys that they provide for the animals at the zoo. In the first picture, it shows a bird and a piñata with food in it. This will exercise their physical and brain activity as they will have to peck at it to find the food they need to eat and figure out a way to get their food without it being directly handed to them. In the second picture, it shows an animal with an enrichment toy somewhat similar to ours. The toy has holes in it with the food stuffed inside the toy so that the animal will have to somewhat search for it and find a way to get the food out alone like they would in the wild. In the third picture, in the top right corner, it shows a puzzle feeder to have the animal think and look for the food by itself. And finally, in the bottom, it shows a tiger playing with the rubber toy. This gives the tiger some freedom for its own recreational time to play, and it allows it to play however it wants. Here are 3 pictures of the project that me and Lauren made. So our project consisted of a honeydew with different holes carved into, and we stuffed some carrots inside it, into the holes and inside the actual melon. We carved the top of the melon also to give it some sort of design, and we put different leaves to kind of make it look like a plant, how it would in the wild, because we can't use any markers because it could possibly harm the bears. And so we just put a lot of different leaves surrounding it to make it look like a plant, like I said.
Impact on the bears. The enrichment toy will stimulate the natural behaviors of bears when they forage for the food inside the honeydew. It will also increase the level of activity that they perform normally when they get their food. The enrichment toy can also help the bears to embrace their innate behaviors such as sniffing, scavenging, chewing, and playing. Thanks for watching!